Oh, that means go. That's me.
Oh, that's great.
But I say, Mark, go ahead.
Okay.
What the hell?
Hey, what's up, mate?
Dude!
Really?
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, Steve.
Where's my beer?
Where's my beer?
Oh, sorry, mate. This is the last two. The
What
strippers,
the
they took
hell?
our last ones, mate. Bloody fucking hell.
Do you know what time it is?
It's time for our interview.
Do you know what day it is?
It's our day of our interview.
It is neither.
What are you talking about, mate?
Jude,
We
it's
met.
Wild Boys time right now.
Wild Boys.
I
hey,
saw the show last week. They did the same thing. There's a coordination problem here. This is the last time I come to this show. I'm
Oh,
telling
no, you gotta calm down. You gotta
Oh,
calm
it's all
down.
good,
Relax.
mate. We'll
Relax.
go out to strip
Unless-
club afterwards and have a
unless-
couple of pints, man.
You fuckers promised me that you're going to do Cradle of Love and Flesh of Fantasy.
Cradle of Love.
Then you can stay
We haven't
and
played
we'll
that
party.
since
Let's do that.
1993.
That was yesterday.
Yes or no? Dude, how drunk are you?
Hey, mate, we had a couple of pints, a couple of really hot
Okay.
strippers. It was very
Okay.
good.
You can't stay there. You gotta go. You gotta go back to the strip
All right.
club. You gotta take your beers.
Woo!
You gotta leave.
Wild Boys, Rebel Yell, mate.
Okay, you grab him and you're out.
All right.
Dude,
I'm
bring me a
calling your
beer.
manager.
Hey,
Don't come
call
back.
your manager.
Bring me a beer. Yeah,
Holy well,
He's going to stand with his back to carry the whole show. Okay.
at least you're not humping his leg.
Now that I
We
got.
don't give away show things.
Oh,
You gotta pay extra.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is going to be a good one.
And you thought my blow up sheep shit was bad. Huh.
Your book. All right, y'all ready?
Ball game, ball game, ball game.
No.
You have blow up sheep shit?
No, I talked about blow up sheep on my last show. And I got the evil eye from him. Like, whoa, blow up
No,
sheep?
that was a misunderstanding.
Oh, no,
I
it was
didn't
a
know-
blow-up
I
sheep.
didn't. I know about the sheep, but blow up sheep? That was
Blow-up
like an
sheep.
extreme thing to me. It was-
Yeah, never talk about blow up sheep with a guy who can't find his. You just don't.
Oh my god, hold on.
Hey, that's good. That's the body where it's
My
supposed
glasses are
to be.
fogging up already.
It's hot and hurt.
All right, sure. You guys good? I'm going to start the tape over.
And don't put the burp in. Wah!
It's gonna start the tape over. It's gonna tape over you.
Okay. I'll make sure I don't even put that in, okay?
Hello, Dallas Fort Worth. It's Rick with Concert Connection, sponsored by PMC Entertainment. So, this week, I had some guests scheduled. and of course, to the dysfunctional world of Rick, nothing ever goes the way I plan it. They've been here for the last 3 weeks. You know them, you love them, you've seen them here. But they got stuck at the strip club, I think. Or they're at a bar, or maybe they're in jail. I mean, good God, I don't know. But they're not here. So,
Wait, I made it.
oh, hey! How are you, sir? Wait, we're
Where
missing one. No, I don't have him hidden. He's not.
He's supposed to be here already.
Well, wait. I thought you were babysitting him.
No, we were at a strip club, but I left earlier.
Well, yeah, but you had one job. You had to come.
No, I've got.
Actually, it's not your
my
job, but you.
That's your
All
job.
right, babe. You, need to
You
wait.
just needed.
All right, here's
Go
the
back
Well-
to the bus. We'll be right there in just a moment.
Whoa, hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Here we go.
Woo, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, is he gonna pee on my wall? Great.
I'm almost done, mate.
God, it smells like fish.
He stopped at Long John
What's
Silver.
up, mate?
Late for
And I know that I have some folks that are watching me in England and in South America and Australia. So when I say here in Dallas-Fort Worth, I'm just putting things in perspective. We are blessed locally to have the talent pool and the diversity that we have, because there really are so many different styles out there, and the amount of clubs. And I'm going to ask this, and if you choose not to answer, it's okay, because I've been very vocal. I tell everybody, which, Gas Monkey Live has always been one of my favorite stages. I love all the stages. I love Lava. I love House of Blues. I mean, that one stage, because it's outside, and with my ADD, I can watch like swans and ducks while I'm rocking. Stop. Hello, rock stars. It's Rick with Concert Connection. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood. But this week, I'm excited because our guest is Miss Lori from Fleetwood X. How are you, Lori?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal.
Good.
Now, I'm going to say, for those of you, Lori and I do know each other. We run into each other in the scene a lot, and we take some phenomenal selfies. Just saying.
Yes. And we're
oh my Lord. In fact, just recently, I guess it was a week or two back, there was a post because you and I had taken a selfie and you had your tongue out. And Dan Castile from Rock and Roll Over made a comment about it. And I'm sorry. The two of you, the battle of the tongues. I'm just
it's happening.
I just think if you played bass, you could take his job, and he knows it.
Luckily, I have none of that talent in me, so Dan's job is extremely safe.
Oh, Dan, and Dan was on the show recently as well. Dan is awesome. I had such a great time yapping with him, and it was funny because we did talk about you, and I'm like, I didn't realize that you two are like, holy crap, that's a whole nother genre. How have you been?
Good, busy. Oh my gosh.
I was going to say, you've been busy. We've got a lot to talk about today. So, I mean, holy cow. And then one thing I'm going to tell you all, one of right before pandemic, so a little over a year and a half ago, do you remember the Vegas trip where we all went to see Billy Idol?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, I was blown away. I knew there were a lot of people going out to Vegas, but I remember turning around because we were in the pit right in front of Steve Stevens, and I turned around and there you were. I was like,
yeah,
I know you. Like, what the heck? And there was Alex, our friend Alex, she was out there. There was a ton of people that were in Vegas, and I was like, holy cow, DFW representing in Vegas. And
that's right.
That was a fun trip. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yes.
Fun trip. The only thing we didn't get to do is have cocktails. I know Amy and I got together with everybody, it seems like, on that. We didn't have cocktails. So if we ever end up in Vegas again, cocktails.
Yes. It's
Cocktails.
a deal. I think that happens soon.
Oh my Lord! Let's start with. Where do you want to start? You tell me where you want to start today, because I got a bunch of questions.
Well, I love questions, so I mean, we can start with bands. We can start with family. Yeah, wherever you want.
How's the family doing?
My family is excellent, so I'm really blessed to have just about everyone in my immediate family in Dallas, in and around Dallas. So.
Nice.
With one exception, my son is in Boulder, Colorado. Actually, now he's in Denver. He'll kill me for saying that. But anyway,
that's okay. That's okay.
Like,
and I know that you're okay. Who's older, you or Lance?
I love this question. My response is usually, "Who do you think is older?"
Oh, the old guy, all the way. Sorry, Lance.
I'm the oldest.
You could have lied to me. I mean,
no, I don't know. No,
I can ignore Lance's text. I mean,
I love him, so I'll take this. Yeah, no, we're almost exactly 2 years apart. So okay. I'm a September 25th. He's a September 22nd. So September has always been a huge month for us. We celebrate our birthdays together almost every year.
Did you pick on him growing up?
No, he picked on me.
Okay, Lance, we got to talk, man. You know, you're supposed to be nice to your older sister because she's going to show you the ropes, open up some doors. Dude, what happened? Call me.
The one thing he did is he did always play music with me. And so in our entire lives, we've been able to do that. And he's really talented because guitar, he writes. You know, I am simply a vocalist. But he's one of my favorite partners to sing with for sure.
I had the pleasure of rehearsing. I didn't get to put it on stage. I got to rehearse for his Weezer tribute with him. And yes, and we were supposed to do a show where they were going to open up for Basket Case at Shuck and Jive, and big storms came. They canceled the show, and it didn't come to fruition. And I was so excited to get on stage. Recently, he announced he's redoing the Weezer tribute, and I can't believe I'm saying this on camera. And I messaged him, and I was like, "Yeah, so I saw that you're doing the Weezer tribute," and I was like, I wanted to do that with you. I mean, he's got a phenomenal drummer. It's a great lineup. You know, I love the band. I mean, great band. I definitely am going to be trying to put some shows, some Weezer, some Green Day together. Just because I like being around him. He's got such a great, happy personality that it makes me smile.
He's all right.
You got a good brother. You got a good brother.
I do.
You could keep him for like another couple months. Well,
I might.
If the aliens come attacking though, and somebody's got to be sacrificed, I'd throw my brother under the bus in a heartbeat. Be like, you need a sacrifice. Here you go. You can take him.
I would probably do the same, but I'm going to be, I don't know. No, I love my brother. I love it. You know that we share the stage in Fleetwood X now too.
Yes, I do. So let's talk about that. Because when you get to band practice, he's going to be like, I saw the show. Really? Thanks.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So you and Lance, and let's dive into, obviously, where did that conversation come about? Like, let's do a Fleetwood Mac tribute.
Okay. So we actually started the band without Lance. So
Correct.
We had an original member. And I will credit Bob Baldwin for the thought of bringing Lance in. As his sister, I know how talented he is, but I never want to push that agenda on, you're already in a band, and that can be really sensitive. So that was Bob's idea. And Bob obviously came to me and said, hey, what do you think? And I was like, you know what? I know vocally he's on top of it. Guitar, I don't know. He's always played rhythm guitar. So I wasn't sure about the Lindsay lead. And to me, that's one of the most impressive things about Lance and his entrance into Fleetwood X is he's literally taught himself. And I think he's had some friends help, but he's learned lead guitar, not only just lead guitar, but how Lindsey Buckingham plays guitar with no pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm excited. It's fun. Clearly there's a different type of chemistry, but the group itself, we've been together now over 2 years, which is hard to believe.
I think I remember when you first started it because I remember seeing it pop up in the scene. I was like, oh. And did that come out of a love vocally of Stevie?
My favorite story is how we came together. So, and this is not me throwing shade. I'm going to say that up front. I went to go see Christie's Even It Up band.
Oh, yes.
I had never seen it. We were so excited to see it. And Forever Mac was opening up for them.
Okay.
And I love Fleetwood Mac so much. I mean, childhood, high school, college is full of all that music. So, and I do love Stevie Nicks' songs.
Yes.
Our voice and all her songs. So I think there's a little bit of all that happening, but literally I was inspired. I was with Bob and Courtney Haynes, who plays keyboard. She's our Christine. Yeah. And the three of us had a little bit of wine, I think, that night.
Libations.
And we were listening to Forever Mac, and all I could think was, I want to do that. I want to sing that. I want to perform that music. Nice. And the three of us decided that day, like, let's do this. Let's make it happen. So, because I do believe, there's room in the scene for all sorts of different types of interpretations of this music. So I know you have some of the similar situations.
Yes,
and
I do.
We're all, I don't see it as a competition. I love it, but that's how we came together. And then we had a member bow out of the band, and that's when Lance entered. So
that's
2
awesome.
years ago. Yeah.
That's awesome. And did you find tackling Stevie as a difficult challenge, or was it a natural flow because you are a vocalist and it was in your wheelhouse, or do you still have moments you're like, holy crap?
Oh, totally still have moments. but because historically I probably had, like in high school choir, I was, first soprano. My voice I tended to stay in my high register and not in my low register. And
Yeah.
Stevie lives in the low register. So, and she's got such a distinctive vibrato. I was a little bit worried because I never wanted it to come across that I was mimicking her. And I was afraid if I tried, people would be offended. So I just really sing the way I want to interpret her voice. And so far, so good. I love it. But yeah, and also decided to do this project with total memory. So when I'm portraying Stevie Nicks in Fleetwood X, I am without any type of prompt. So, and I'm pretty proud of that. Almost 2 hours of Fleetwood Mac with
Okay, wait. I do like 4 hours of Green Day without any notes or anything, and then a couple hours of Billy Idol. We're allowed to have like a prompt cheat. Wait, what? Hold on. I didn't get that memo.
Yeah.
You know what though? Everybody does it their own way. Me
Yeah.
personally, I study. I'm always studying music. You can ask Amy. My bands know that I'm always learning something. There's a list of stuff that I'm driving down the road. True story. I do my best studying while I'm driving places, and I make set lists in my playlist, and I will play them over and over again. Or if it's just one song that I need to ingrain structure, blah, 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 blah. I listen to it repetitively, and that's how I go about it. And it just ingrained it in my memory.
Yep.
What's your favorite Fleetwood Mac song?
I
know.
Oh my gosh. So I will tell you, obviously Dreams has been with me throughout my entire life. And I credit it's always been one of my audition songs, believe it or not, throughout, high school, college. The first band I was in locally, Time Warp, Dreams was one of my audition songs.
Okay.
I love Dreams. But after doing Fleetwood X, it's a tie between Goldust Woman and Edge of 17. And Edge of 17 is really Stevie's versus Fleetwood Mac. But
Now,
I love it.
Do you ever do the duet that she did with Tom Petty?
Yes. In
Love
fact,
that.
I do it with Stanley, or Whiskey Diamond, from American Petty. So he actually came out to our show and did it with me on Friday night.
You're going to have to introduce me. I think he and I are friends. I want to have, because I'm a Tom Petty fan, I want them on the show.
So
and
good.
I think they asked me a long time ago, and with ADD, and everybody should know this with my ADD. If you don't remind me, I swear to God, it's never anything malicious. I just forget stuff. So I always tell folks, please, hit me up a couple times. You're not bugging me. But yes, I would love to have that one. Have him on the show, and I happen to love that duet. I've always loved that duet. It was great. But I know that at my funeral, I want Landslide played, and I love that song. You're gonna get mad at me when I say this. The one that really I listen to most though is the Smashing Pumpkins version.
I could have guessed that. I love it too.
I love that song and it makes me cry every time. And yes, I'm a big crybaby. I cry a lot. And for all the guys that are going, wuss, dude, are you kidding me? It's a soul cleanser for me. Like I will watch a movie and cry like a baby and I don't even care. But that's the other one. Those two songs for me are like, and I'm mainstream. I don't care what people think. I'm a pop punk drummer. Those two, I want to hear you guys do the duet. And yes, when I come to a show, if you do Landslide and you're over, why is Rick crying in the corner? Because
look, I will tell you, performing Landslide is one of my favorite moments in the show because we do it acoustically, obviously.
Nice.
And inevitably, almost every time, the audience sings it back, the entire song. And those moments, like I catch myself like getting choked up because everyone loves that song. So it's one of the highlights of the show.
You know why? It's because we're parents and you don't realize how much your life changes till you become a parent. And there's not a parent out there that, well, there might be a couple, but most 99% will tell you, yes, your life changes. You can get married, buy a house, start a business. You can do a million things. Your life changes the second you become a parent.
Absolutely.
You can't go back. And Amy, and some of you guys know this, Amy's always like, you're the one with the umbilical cord. That is me. She's ready. She's ready for him to move out of the house. Me, and I'm like, please don't leave me. I love you.
We all
And,
be together.
and I tell everybody this is my son's voice, and it says love you. And I am very much a dad, and I'm a hugger. I'm a kisser. And anybody who knows me in the scene knows I'm a hugger. That song definitely, I know, tugs at the heartstrings. And I'm sure you guys get a lot of requests when you do shows. I'm sure people are like, hey, I need you to play this. I need you to play that. How do you structure? Like when you go into a show, because it is an audible assault on the emotions and the senses. Do you change it up every time? Like, hey, how are we gonna flow today? Yeah, I mean, tell me a little bit.
So I don't build the set list, but what I noticed, Bob does that. We do try to keep some consistency because we are actually portraying the characters of Fleetwood Mac. It's true, tribute. Yeah. And just to lend to the flow of the show to really make it a show. But we actually changed it up very recently, which was interesting to watch all of us kind of scrambling.
Scramble.
Because especially without a lyric pad, I have to have a set list to know what's next. Where's my map? So when we changed the show up, I was like looking down, where is it? Okay. But, it's interesting because I do want to make sure that we're in character and we're portraying, a very alluring Fleetwood Mac experience. I truly want people to feel like they can suspend reality and go back to 1977 and they're in the middle of that concert. But you want to be careful with that, obviously, because you don't want yourself going in and out of character trying to, okay, where was I? What was the story? So we do get a few requests during our shows. It's usually if we take a break and people are like, are you going to play? Because we try to mix it up, to have a few of the hits at the beginning, the really big hits, and then definitely how you close. But the one that surprises me time and time again is Sarah. People ask, we did not have it on the original set list because it's slow. And a lot of Fleetwood Mac, their ballads are great. Sarah.
It's a great song.
Yeah. And people are like, you're going to play Sarah, right?
My sister's name is Sarah. So that's why I happen to know that song. And I mean, it's a great song. It's a great song. And is it ironic? It's what you think the audience wants and what the audience tells you they want are sometimes you're like, oh, wow. Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you do literally, you're like, I didn't see that one coming.
Right.
And so you guys aren't tracking anything. You guys are reproducing this organically, which I'm a big organic guy. Like I don't, as a drummer, I don't click tracks or any of that. You guys throw down the show. Like, here you go. What you're hearing is not pre-recorded. You're getting it. Yes,
absolutely. And it's the original, just five of us. So that is it. And my contribution outside of my voice is a occasional tambourine and a triangle. But it is all organic, and it's the only way I think you can do it. If you're really wanting to do tribute, you're sticking to the script. There were 5 players and 3 frontmen. That's one of the most interesting parts of doing Fleetwood Mac too. Is it's not just me the whole time. I have Courtney doing Christine. I have Lance doing Lindsay, and even Bob steps up and does "Oh Well." So, which is another pre Lindsay and Stevie song that hardcore Fleetwood Mac fans expect to see and hear. So it's fun to give them that.
I will tell you, I always had a crush on Stevie just because of her outfit. She always dressed so I'm just saying, she had sexy outfits. It was awesome. And so I've got to ask. I mean, you definitely have fun shopping for looking at images and putting the different outfits together that you're going to wear on stage.
I own more corsets and lace than I ever have in my entire life.
You're yes. If you walked in my closet, you'd think I'm into some freaky stuff.
Now I'm just curious, and I want to walk in your closet.
Oh, you don't want to walk in my closet. It's funny because Amy's got the master closet, and then I've got this little closet which I ripped everything out a few years ago and built shelves guys have less crap, and yet I have like a ton of crap in there. And yes, I have all my stage clothes, which end up being the stuff I wear every day. It's not just stage clothes for me. And then I have my costumes, like I have a Minion costume, I have a Bumble costume, I have my wigs, my bat wings, my tutu. I have. And then I have a wall with all my belts. And anybody who knows me also knows that I always have my punk rock belts on. And there's one in particular that evokes something from everybody every time they see it. I had it on last night, or last night you saw me. And yes, that one belt is, I won't say it on the air, but it's the one that makes everybody go, really?
You have to tell me where you get your belts, because I definitely need a better belt collection.
I will share with you off screen, because yes, I'm always shopping. And is that the fun part of again, being in a tribute, because I do love being in a tribute, is coming up with the stage costumes?
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, from head to toe. And you probably know this, but not many people do. When I first started doing this, I wore a wig, and this is my hair now. I am a brunette by birth.
I knew you were a brunette.
So yeah, I'm all in, but part of that was for my own comfort. Wigs just get really hot. So, but yes, that is creating the image and getting to actually portray the rock star. That's the fun part. So put the costume on and get all dolled up. It's awesome.
I'm a little princess. I'm not gonna lie. I love getting dressed up for shows. I put on my I will share a story with everybody. Rebel Yell, recently we played a show, and she asked for, because he wears the wigs for Steve Stevens, and he asked for a lighter. And of course, like an idiot, I'm like, what do you need a lighter for? But everybody knew it was for his eyeliner. And I go, oh, hold on, I got one in my makeup bag. And the fact is that you have a room full of guys and gals, and the guys are talking about, do you have a lighter or makeup? Or like, hold on, let me get my makeup bag. And not one guy in the room, nobody in the room even flinched. Like, oh yeah, not a big deal. It's probably on the counter over by my makeup bag. Like, we live in a different reality.
You're a true rock star.
Oh, if you go back and watch that movie Rockstar, where he's like, I just keep putting it on until I want to do myself, and I'm not going to say what he actually did. Like, yeah, I just keep caking it on.
Yes.
So you don't just do the Fleetwood though. You've got a couple other things you got going on. You want to yap about them?
Yes, just momentarily, just a little bit. Yes. So I actually joined one of my high school buddies. We actually did go to high school and graduated together this summer in a yacht rock band called Champagne Yacht Club. I am the Ginger Hennessy cruise director of the band, and a totally different look, red hair and such great music. The first rehearsal where he was just like, come and see if you want to do this. And I know you're busy, but literally standing there, and every song as the band started, and the band is phenomenal. It's another project. Everything I do is just musicians. There's no track in these bands. So, but stepped up and they started playing Baby Come Back. Oh. And immediately, oh my gosh, I love this song. Every song is that way. So, and that band is ramping up really nicely. I think we've got 7 to 8 dates already scheduled for this year.
Nice.
So yeah. So that band will be at Lee Harvey's on April 3rd. I'm pretty sure that's right. I hope I've got that right. But it's fun. It's another band where I share a lead with 2 men. I'm the only girl in that band, so that's kind of a fun dynamic as well.
Nice.
But yeah, we have a blast. They're amazing musicians, and that's a fun departure from what I normally do with Fleetwood X. So the last one, go ahead.
If it's yacht rock, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Do you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain?
Yes, and we do it. Yes. I love it. I love all these songs.
Oh my Lord. And you know what? And everybody knows I'm a beach junkie. I love the Caribbean. I tease everybody constantly because I'm like, I'm out of here 2-3 times a year. I've got to get down to the ocean. But you guys, I'll have to come check you out, because that yacht rock, that Caribbean feel, just I love that stuff. I love that stuff.
Fun. I think we're actually doing some Sundays too. So Sunday brunch at Lee Harvey's. Even better.
I didn't know they do brunch.
I guess they do.
Oh,
So
Nice.
Sundays 12 to 3, and I can't remember our first one, but be on the lookout for that.
You need to do a brunch over at the Maverick because I hear they got phenomenal eggs Benedict.
Ooh.
And yeah, Abby was telling me that they actually have really good brunch. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. Eggs Benedict, I'm coming over for brunch because that's my favorite.
Let's make a day. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Oh, well, let's talk about your other project.
So this one is brand new, and actually putting the announcement out on social media this week, but it is Belladonna, a true Stevie Nicks experience. So in true Stevie Nicks fashion, I went to the band Fleetwood X, and I asked them if it would be okay if I took Stevie just a little bit further. So Belladonna is, and they said yes, by the way. So I'm not leaving Fleetwood X. I'm still doing that, and that band is its own project. This project is really focused only on her solo career.
Okay.
Mostly 80s to 90s.
Yep.
And whole different band of musicians. So I got to build this band. I'm so excited about it. We actually headed to a rehearsal right after this, but hoping to premiere that band end of May, June, sometime in that time frame. We do not have any dates scheduled yet. I want to get through a couple more rehearsals, but I'm very excited about that one.
That's going to be one you're going to have to come back on the show to
Yes.
pump. Now, my question is, would you guys ever consider doing the shows together, or are there overlap songs that you'd be like, no, we got to scratch it here? Or do you think it's like, no, we're going to keep it separate?
I don't know. That's a great question. I could see how we could, and Fleetwood X already incorporates some of the solo stuff from Stevie. So we do the Leather and Lace already in that band.
Okay.
We do Stand Back, we do Edge, which are her solo acts. But in like fashion, Stevie always had, because her fans expected it, the original Fleetwood Mac songs that made her famous. So So Belladonna will still, Gypsy, Sarah, Dreams, obviously, Rhiannon. So you have to kind of combine those. But I could totally see how that could happen. And it's just a bigger show.
The beauty of what you're doing, again, Fleetwood Mac or just the Stevie, the Belladonna, is it's going to go with so many different acts, like pairings with bands in the scene. And you I mean, you're an absolute sweetheart. You know everybody in the scene. You're going to be on stage a lot. I guess you're going to be on stage a lot because there's, as we go back, the nostalgia of bands that are some are still touring, some are not. This is one that again, there's going to be people that they want this product. I want to see and maybe you guys have already done it and I missed it. I'm sorry. A Tom Petty and Fleetwood X. I don't know if you guys have already done it. If it's in the works, that will be a good show.
We have done it once.
Okay.
With American Petty. So the same band I was talking about earlier, but yes, we need to do it again. And it is such a natural fit. So, and we, Stanley and I did a Petty Nicks acoustic, Stevie and Tom too. So entire show.
Oh,
that was
nice.
fun. So yeah, there's a nice connection there with Tom Petty. You have to pay homage to that. They were fast friends and longtime friends. So
I knew that. Yes, I did know that they were friends, and you hear some of the influences both ways. And a few years ago, when Tom died, I didn't cry, but it struck me because I remember the early days of MTV, and just Tom Petty's associated with those early days, just like ZZ Top, just like Billy Idol. I mean, there's a plethora of the early days that just make me go, you know what I mean? Just, and it seems like the reception for you guys has been phenomenal. Like you guys have played some great shows, and there's definitely, you guys are being kind of, you're part of this whole mix.
Thank you.
Easy, or has it been a struggle?
Oh, nothing worth having is easy. And this is, I think I was surprised after COVID, when things opened up, because there was little budget and lots of competition. And I was really flattered and just thankful that we got to play as much as we did at the end of 2020. So, but no, the music and the making of the show and the rehearsing and all that's worth it. I mean, it is, second to none. One of my favorite musical moments is stepping on stage and being with that band. It's always fun.
It's an addiction. It's
Yeah.
an addiction. I am no different than anybody else. I mean, come on, guys. Yeah, you guys all know I'm out there constantly. I love it. It's my happy place. And if you don't believe me, just go look at a couple pictures. I'm always smiling.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, very blessed because I do see the scene. Everybody, it's so intertwined and intermingled, and there is such a plethora of talent, especially here in Dallas-Fort Worth. We are blessed. And I know that I have some folks that are watching me in England and in South America and Australia. So when I say here in Dallas-Fort Worth, I'm just putting things in perspective. We are blessed locally to have the talent pool and the diversity that we have, because there really are so many different styles out there, and the amount of clubs. And I'm going to ask this, and if you choose not to answer, it's okay, because I've been very vocal. I tell everybody, which, Gas Monkey Live has always been one of my favorite stages. I love all the stages. I love Lava. I love House of Blues. I mean, that one stage, because it's outside, and with my ADD, I can watch like swans and ducks while I'm rocking stuff. I do. I get caught and I'll stare off and be like, oh yeah. And they're like, hey Rick, you know that we're playing a show, right? Pay attention. And it's bad.
You're the glue too.
Oh my God. Any stages more than others that ring out, resonate with you?
Man, I mean, I will tell you that the first time we played Legacy Hall, just visually, it's just an incredible experience, and just people. I mean, and even as a fan, I love going to Legacy Hall. But my favorite place, oh God, this is so hard. Sound wise, as a vocalist, one of the best stages is the Gas Monkey Bar and Grill, and I love being just covered in sound, and I feel that way there. And that's also, it's another great stage, great visual. They've done so much to that. I don't know if you've been out there recently.
I have.
But holy cow, that place is just, it's a game changer right now.
I filed a petition because it took away it's now an obstructed view. And what I used to look over my right shoulder and watch the lake, there's a wall, and I'm really not happy. I asked if they could put in some windows. So like, during the show, I could open them up. I could see the little birdies and I'm sorry. I love you're like, that's so cute. Yes, Rick gets sidetracked. But it is one of my favorite stages because it's outside. Lava's another one that it's like, oh my Lord, every time I'm on that stage, it is just, again, it's incredible. Do you ever as a tribute artist get on some of these stages like, I can't believe I'm here?
Oh yeah. Oh, totally. I mean, I had that moment the entire first year. Our first show as Fleetwood X was Texas Live.
Oh my Lord, that's another great one. Holy cow.
I was like, can we just practice at a smaller stage somewhere? So
no.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We're diving into the deep end.
Yeah, that was pre-COVID. So that was at the end of a game. Ballpark. Nice. I mean, thousands of people, and literally just when the screen comes up there and they're there, and just I felt adrenaline go from my toes all the way up to my head. I was just like, wow.
Oh my God. So did I.
Yeah.
You're like, Rick, are you sure it wasn't like the energy drinks? I'm like, well, there's a little bit of that too, but no, I want to tell you, it is truly a blessing. And I was debating whether I wanted to talk about this with you, but I just can't. We've given Lance so many props early in this interview. I just want to talk about the sibling stuff that you do with your brother.
Okay. Yeah. He owes me. He owes you too. For sure.
You guys actually do. And I had to assume it was a natural progression to say, we're going to do the sib sound, get on stage and throw it down. Correct. I mean, it was like not even a conversation. It was like, yeah, when are we doing it? Right.
It's so funny because we both enjoy, obviously we love singing together, but we both enjoy singing with other people too. And just the variety of experience, different voices. It's undeniable though, that when we sing together, our voices melt together, and everyone has not a better experience, has a great experience when that happens. So, so sib sound, Lance moved away for a while and then he came back to Dallas. And when he did, we were both in a place musically where we were hungry to do that kind of stuff again together. So, and we love all kinds of music. So one of the funnest things about Sip Sound is our goal is to really tackle songs that you wouldn't normally expect to hear in an acoustic show. So we do Bring Me to Life.
Nice. Nice.
We do Dancing Queen.
Nice.
ABBA. But we really do look for things that people would not think they would normally hear in an acoustic show. That's kind of our thing, our gimmick, I guess. But yeah, it's something I hope that we do in our entire lives. We're both really busy right now with other projects, but we had a moment on Thursday night where I came for the end of one of his shows and we called it Acoustic Mac, and we just sat there and knocked out a bunch of Fleetwood Mac tunes acoustically.
Oh, nice.
And it's just fun. I mean, it's always a great experience when we get to sing together.
Do you guys ever stop on stage and just kind of look at each other and be like, yeah, here we're doing our thing on stage? I mean, do you get those goofy little moments where you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I do, at least as the older sister. I treasure those moments. I know not everybody has what we have together. So, and it is special. He does get a fair amount of stink eye though. We're a little different from, I like a clear path. Where we're going to start, what we're going to do in the middle, and how we're going to end it.
Structure.
So yeah, he's a little bit more, let's try this. Let's throw this in. So, and then he gets stink eye. I'm like, where are we? What are we doing? I don't know what we're doing.
I'm a structure guy. My brother is a phenomenal bass player up in the Northwest, but he's more into like blues, funk, jazz. So it's weird when we get together because everybody knows I'm very much a pop punk drummer, and he's this again, funk, jazz. He different styles, and yet we get together and we rock out, and it's the weird mesh of the two influences, and we've never done a band together. We have never been in a band together, and everyone's like, wait, you're a rhythm section. You're like, your brothers, you're like Eddie and Alex, and you guys have never been together. I'm like, no, because we're so diverse, and I'm 8 years older. And again, I'm the big brother who picks constantly, but there's always a purpose behind it, because I know that I'm making you better for a reason. And yet he's the smarter of the two of us, wicked intelligent, where I'm more aloof and, kind of a clown. He is very much more subdued, reserved, and again, wicked smart. The guy reads quantum physics books for entertainment.
Oh my.
I read Heckle and Jekyll comic books for entertainment. I mean, that's where we are.
We share the same attention span. That's okay. I can identify with that.
That's why I'm a drummer, I'm with you. I'm like, I need the structure where when people want to freestyle, I'm like, okay, whoa. Hold on, I'm freaking out here. Where are we going to end this thing?
Yes.
Oh my Lord. Anything new, big and exciting that, I know we talked about the new project. Anything else going on that we want to tackle?
Gosh, building a home. I'm finally going to be north of 635 again. I'm in downtown Dallas right now.
You like it?
That's challenging. I have an incredible view. If I could turn my laptop, I would show you. I have the Dallas skyline across my windows, which is awesome. And at night, it's spectacular. But I moved down here just as riots were happening and they were shutting down and curfews, and I work from home, so I'm in my bedroom constantly. I decided.
I'm not going to ask what you do for a living. Then I don't know. I don't want to know.
We'll just leave it as a corporate profession.
Well, I work from home and I'm in my bedroom constantly.
I know.
Sorry.
I was trying to take the high road.
I never take the high road. But you're building a house. That's like glutton for punishment. Like, holy crap.
I'm weird like that. It's my fourth one to build in my life. So, but I'll be in Little Elm, back up close to really where I feel like my music life is.
Okay.
Most of it doesn't happen down here. So, and all my friends and family.
It doesn't happen down there until everything opens up and we're all at House of Blues again every weekend.
That's true.
Paying $20 a beer.
You said that.
I love House of Blues. I love Clint. I adore Clint. I love the staff there. I'm always like, holy crap. And it's not just that there's a lot of clubs up. Let's be honest. I'm like, maybe I should just drink at home before I go out. I'm just saying. It's
So I haven't played House of Blues. So I think Belladonna should open up for Rebel Yell, and we should just make it a show.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I remember distinctly the first night I got to play House of Blues. It was a New Year's Eve, and a few years ago, and I was beyond giddy. I think I peed myself, and I beat the living snot. We only had a 30-minute set, and I beat the ever-loving snot out of my drum set. I think she had to be like, Rick, you need to slow down. I'm like, no. No, I was on cloud 9. It's an awesome stage. There is so much history on that stage. How many bands have been on there? And that's the other thing about Dallas. We have so many stages, from like the Trees to the Gas Monkeys to the Lavas to the House of Blues. I mean, there's a zillion stages here that have deep history of artists that have played. And I'm always like, and this is our hobby, man. We get to share the stage that others have forged ahead before us. And you're like, yes. So
we're the only place this happens to. I'm convinced you just don't find this not only outside of Texas, but really almost outside of Dallas. Dallas is so blessed. So
we are, and I'm a guy who spent the 90s in Seattle. And again, I played some infamous clubs up there that are no longer around. We are in a, enjoy it while it's going on because we have a great seat. We're lucky. Would you come back eventually?
Oh, I would love to. Fun.
We'll have to do it. Maybe next time we'll get your brother to pop in.
Okay.
He's like, I don't think we'll pick on him together. Like he'll be like, I don't think I want to do this with you guys.
I'm afraid I'll get picked on. That's
well,
but
maybe
you can do the picking.
I pick on everybody and I get picked on it, so it's okay. Oh my Lord, thank you for being my guest. Finally, I know, like I said, we've talked about it forever, and I am so thankful that you finally came on. I'm looking forward to seeing Fleetwood X jump on stage. I have not actually caught your show because it seems like every time you guys are playing,
I know it's
I'm
the
playing.
curse, it's the musician's curse. So
it is the curse, and it's funny because I have so many dear friends that I very seldom get to see their shows because it's like, oh well, Rick, you're in 2 bands, so that means you're literally I'm always on stage, and the few times I get to go out, it's like, can I go to Hang Time, which is up the street, and like stay low? I don't want to go anywhere because I'm like, I just want to be back home in my bed. It's okay. That's okay.
We'll figure it out.
One night you'll have to get up and do something maybe with a Basket Case. We get Yvette to get up and do, she gets up and does, I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany, because it's one of the ones we play. We may have to drag you up to do something maybe a little outside your wheelhouse, but get you to come sing.
I would love that. You just let me know.
Oh my Lord, thank you for hanging out with me today. I love you to death. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you all for tuning in. This again, I love it. You guys show up every week. For those of you that are new, go to Facebook and like us. If you have friends that are looking for an escape, or invite them to like it. If you're in a local band, post your stuff there. Now that we're coming out of COVID, we want to get people back out to the shows. They need to know about it. And if you're just a fan, go check it out. You can go to inthepitwithrick.com, get our app. Now I'm doing the weekly show, the concert calendar again, separate from Concert Connection. It's another 5-minute little show that I'm producing, which we're going to talk about it every week. There is a link you can click on. It takes us to our event page. So again, post them there. I'm trying to put them all in one place because right now it seems like they're scattered everywhere. I want to get it in one format and support it with my concert calendar where you get to hear and see my ugly face talking about the bands that I'm going to go see, the bands that are playing out there. I know I can't do them all, but we want to make sure we get it out to the masses. So go check it out. Stay safe while you guys are out there. We're coming out. If you're comfortable being out in public without a mask, be comfortable. If you still feel like you need a mask, wear it. Don't heckle those that are wearing the mask. I mean, guys, everybody has a different health condition. Some people have a compromised immunity system. They still want to go out. So don't be a jerk about it. Don't be rude about it. Show the mutual respect because ultimately we're trying to see music and we all have a need for it. So show some respect and be courteous of folks out there. Let's treat each other like we're all humans. Take care of each other, brothers and sisters, all coming together for music. So take care of each other, please. Again, I'm Rick. This has been Lori. Lori, thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for all you do.
Oh, my pleasure. And I know we're going to have you back. Everybody stay safe, and we will see you in the pit.